Hello everyone, my name is Mello and welcome to Blessed Packs, where you can enjoy One Piece TCG related content. First of all, I want to start off this video by thanking each and every one of you for helping me reach 100 subscribers. A big shout out to all of you that subscribe to me through socials, especially Discord and Reddit. I'd highly recommend checking those two specific channels out because the community there and the people are just so helpful, especially when it comes to One Piece trading card game. None like any other. I've also been hounding my friends, family, colleagues, you name it, to subscribe to my channel, even if they don't know anything about One Piece, but they're gonna learn today. Now, as my gift to you, I'm going to give you all the best resources that I've come across in order to make me a better One Piece TCG player. So, what this video is about. This isn't a tutorial on how to play the game. However, I will be showing you the best videos that I've come across that have helped me learn the game from the ground up. This video is for beginners and intermediate players alike, also learning from scratch and becoming a One Piece TC GOAT. And the main three sections I'll be covering are tutorial videos, apps and simulators, and extra homework. So let's get into it. The first video I'd recommend for you to watch if you are a beginner is the One Piece tutorial on the One Piece Bandai official channel. I'll put a link in the description to this video. So the good things about this video is that it does explain it thoroughly. For example, the phases of each turn, refresh, drawing of the dawn, main phase, and the end. Cons to this video, however, I would say that it is quite slow paced, so I'd highly recommend for you to watch it in 1.25 speed. So the voices can be quite childish and a bit annoying to listen to be honest. Another con to this video is that it doesn't actually last until the end of the battle. It only explains up to a certain point where they've explained all the rules of the duel. As you can see here, the way that they've laid out the battle is very clear. So when it comes for you to actually playing in real life, you understand where each card goes and what each section represents. Now, this next video by rustmarrow on how to play the One Piece trading card game, I'd highly recommend for you to watch it if you are just looking to start out. It's probably the best video out there for me. Thanks to my boy Nige for recommending this video to me because when I first started this channel, I just wanted to collect each and every card. But after watching this, it got me even more hooked than I already was. Pros to this video is that it is much faster paced than the official tutorial. On top of that, the commentary on this is much more enthusiastic and yeah, I can listen to this guy speak to me all day. He brings that energy to just keep you watching, especially this is also a 17-minute video, and the way that he explains the rules of One Piece really makes the time go much more faster. On top of the commentary being A-class, you can see at the very bottom and just around the video, he presents text box to help you better understand what exactly is going on. And just like the tutorial video, rustmarrow does a great job explaining the effects of each card, whether that be dawn, characters, leaders, stage effects, and how they all connect with each other. And another good thing about this video is that it lasts until the very end of the battle. So you get a feel of how to actually win the game and to tactically defend yourself from losing. He's got another video where he battles the other two starter decks, which are Kid and Crocodile. So in the previous video, it was Luffy and Kaido. He doesn't explain the rules as much, therefore the battle goes much more quicker. So I believe this video is around 11 to 12 minutes. After you've watched about 45 minutes of watching tutorial videos, I bet you're itching to play the game. And what better way to start than the official One Piece TCG app? In order to download the app, visit the Apple Store or Google Play Store and type in One Piece Card Game. And the app should be called One Piece Card Game Teaching App. When you've downloaded the app, you'll notice that you have to go through 2 tutorial stages to understand the mechanics of the game and how they work, whether you'll need to drag and drop down on a character or drag your character or leader to attack their leader or their character. Once you go through the tutorial apps, you then have to play against the computer with the Luffy deck against the Kaido one. And once you beat the Kaido deck, you can then test out the Kaido deck against the Luffy one. This is a great way to get your reps in. Everything is offline, so you can play the computer as many times as you want. One of the main things that I learned from the teaching app is how to use your Don effectively. When you are facing the computer, what you may notice is that all of their active Don that the computer uses, they'll just put onto one character. Whereas when you start to think more strategically, you can then start thinking about how to spread out your Don equally to gain the best result. For example, instead of putting 8 active Don on one character, maybe you'll spread it out. 3 on one character, 2 on another, and the rest on your leader. As you may have already noticed, you can only play with those 2 decks. The Kid and Crocodile decks aren't available on the teaching app, not yet anyway, but have no fear because this next section is going to cover unofficial One Piece card game emulators. Other apps that you can use are Tabletop Simulator, Untap.in. I haven't looked too much into those because I use OPTCGSim, created by none other than Batsu TCG. What he's created is just amazing and he deserves all the support. This is the man we should all be praising, but what he has done is essentially automated the system that he's created to basically mirror the official teaching app. This is the app loaded up. This is the main screen when you first open the app, and you can enter your name here. And you have a selection of options whether you want to auto draw, auto skip block, skip trigger, confirm end turn, and confirm Don attach. Let's go ahead and click on multiplayer. Here you can see all the public lobbies that are being hosted and refresh lobbies to see if there's anyone available that is hosting a public game at the moment. You can enter a lobby description so that if you just wanted to have deck limited battles, or if you weren't too fussed about what type of deck you and your opponent uses, you can state so here. Before you join a public game, it is important to select the deck that you want to use. You can see that there are some revamped decks, starter decks, all the way from Straw Hat and the Navy. The Navy one I actually created myself because the cards have been uploaded to the system. Host private game, this is the one I have been utilizing the most. I have a friend that has been helping me out. We've been testing out the starter decks together. And in order to do so, one of you has to click host private game. Once the code loads up here, you can copy to clipboard, AD9QRF, and you just send that over to your friend. And what your friend will need to do is to paste the room ID code, click join game with code, and then the match will start. You can see as well that somebody is actually hosting a lobby, Pi's lobby. And if I were to click on this, then the battle will start. The next feature is solo versus self. So if you just wanted to play against yourself to test out the deck and even just get used to the mechanics of this simulator, choose the deck for player 1, choose the deck for player 2, hit start. You'll notice that you can see both hands, but if you were in a multiplayer, this wouldn't be the case. If you would like a tutorial on OPTCGSim, let me know in the comments below and I'll be more than happy to run you through it. Final feature is deck editor. So this is where I actually built the Navy deck because it's not preloaded to the system. However, when I scroll down to the very bottom, you will see that the Navy cards from the Navy deck is here. I have the leader Akainu, all the character cards, as well as event cards. There are quite a lot of cards that have been uploaded from OP01. However, I don't think all of them have been uploaded just yet. You can use this chance to test out cards like the Roronoa Zoa Leader, Red-Green Trafalgar, Red-Green Luffy. In order to build your deck, first you must select a leader, then you can select all the character cards. You can see them being populated on the top. You need to make sure that you hit the 51 number before you can save the deck. I've just gone ahead and clicked on a bunch of random cards. If you're happy with it, enter the deck name here, hit save, and then it will be available to use in multiplayer or against yourself in the drop down menu below. The only con to the OPTCGSim is that you can't play against the computer, but don't worry, you can head over to Discord or even Reddit and you'll find many players that are willing to play against you. I'll have some content coming up where I will be battling each deck against each other. So for example, I'll have the Luffy deck battle the Kaido, Crocodile, and Kid deck, and vice versa. Now that should be enough for you to get to know how to play the game and familiarize yourself with each deck. But no, in order to be a One Piece TC GOAT, you need to go the extra mile, so I'm gonna give you some extra homework. What I'd recommend for you to do next is to go to Google, type in One Piece card game card list, hit enter, and you want to go to the one that says Asia-EN One Piece and click on this. Here you will see all the cards that they have released in Japan so far. And what you can do is separate the cards that are presented to you by deck. So if you wanted to get to know the Luffy deck a bit more and understand their card effects, go ahead and click on Straw Hat Starter Deck, hit search. Once it loads up, you will see that the cards are in Japanese. However, click on it and the effect will be in English here, and you can click right, left. You can also filter by promotional cards, all the 6 starter decks, and even the booster pack Romance Dawn OP01. I will be creating more content of me going through the whole booster pack Romance Dawn OP01. I'll be going through each starter deck as well and what tactics and strategies I've specifically found helpful if you were to go into a deck limited battle tournament. Keep on the lookout for those videos to come. Once you build your confidence levels up, you can then start entering tournaments or attending local card game events. I'm actually heading out next month to attend my first tournament, which I will be covering. I've basically been binge watching and just hyping myself up until these English cards do get released. We are going to get into some One Piece TCG content creators that I highly recommend checking out. If you visit them from this video, subscribe to them and let them know that Blessed Packs sent you. First on the list is my personal favorite, is Asyraf D Chazz. His content consists of booster box openings, which I've really enjoyed, and he's pulled some sick cards. He's recently just released a video where he's almost completed OP01. I'm so jealous. He also does card and deck reviews, card reveals, and most news about OPTCG. He's my go-to guy. And shout out to you if you watch this, Asyraf D Chazz. You commented on my first video. Honestly, I was fanboying so much. Another content creator I'd recommend is the Other Decks. There he's got overall One Piece TCG news, he's got tabletop simulator battles, card and deck reviews. Obviously, you have to go and check out Batsu TCG. The creator of the OPTCGSim deserves all the love, all the credit for what he's done in order for people like me who are just starting out to play the game and just practice before I've even reached my first tournament yet. So massive shout out to him. Hibiki OPCG, he's got lots of webcam battles. Here you'll have an insight into strategy, tactics, and how each deck plays against each other. JOHKU DMD, he's charismatic, does lots of box openings, gets his hands on some English versions really early. Other content creators that you should check out are Beard TCG, NerdyPerkins, and JustZaeGaming. If you feel like I'm missing anyone out that you really like, please let me know in the comments below. Now this finally brings us to the end of the video. Links to all the content will be in the description. Leave a comment below on the resources that you found helpful, so people that have visited this video can maybe bump into more content that you recommend as well. If you've enjoyed the video, gomu pistol that like button, subscribe if you want to be nakama, and hit that Shandorian bell to be notified on future videos. My name is Mello. Thanks for watching. Peace, love, and stay blessed.